Bring us up, Jason.
And you're live.
And we got audio?
And audio set.
Do we sound good?
Yep.
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. Don't be shy now. We're live. We're talking to the Cherokee public here about our education and training, our higher education processes. And you guys have some wonderful jobs. You guys get to help kids get educated here on the boundary, adults as well, mostly. And so what we're doing today is we're going to talk about some deadlines and some expectations that your office has and the ways that you can work with the public. So I want to start off, though, by Sheena starting off by telling the public who we are and what we do.
Education office provide assistance for our tribal members for higher education.
Okay. And so what do you do specifically?
I'm the education supervisor. I mostly deal with the MOU schools that are in the area, billing. As of right now, still helping student files until we get fully staffed.
Okay. And who do we have with us today? We have a new crew with us today.
Yeah, we have 2 of our education specialists.
Awesome.
And our education fiscal supervisor.
So what is your name? Tiffany?
Yeah.
My name is Tiffany.
Tiffany, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am an education specialist. I've been with the program a little over a year and a half, and I enjoy what I do.
Good. Okay. What's the most enjoyable thing?
Seeing a student graduate.
Right.
That
The
is-
end game.
Yeah.
Seeing them through that process from
Right.
beginning to end.
Getting them to that goal.
Good. Tammy?
I'm Tammy Cagle, and I'm a program specialist, and I've been with the tribe for like 6 years.
Okay. And what's the most enjoyable thing you have with the program?
Working with the students and seeing them through their graduation.
Good. And Brittany?
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm the training and fiscal supervisor. I handle the training program that we have that houses WIA and the new program, and I also handle the fiscal aspects of the department with budgets and garnishments and things like that. And I've been with the program for 5 years.
Gotcha. And what's the most enjoyable part of your job?
Like them, I like to see the students succeed. I've helped out with the specialist job and summer youth, and I just really enjoy working with them and seeing them get into college and see all the way through.
Success stories.
Yep,
Well, you
success
all messed
stories.
up because you always have to start with your supervisor. You got to be like, I love my my boss, the program. But no, I'm kidding. It's an enjoyable job, and I'm excited to have you guys here with us to help us explain to the community kind of what these deadlines are and some of the good work that you're doing in the office to kind of update some things. Really, we're here today to talk about the October 1st deadline. And so, Brittany, you can speak to that, please. Who is this October 1st deadline for?
The October 1st deadline is for new students enrolling in spring 21. So this is for maybe some of the people that didn't meet the June 1st deadline to go for the fall. They want to go for the spring.
Gotcha.
So anybody who's enrolling for spring 21 classes.
Gotcha. So folks out there, listen up and post your questions as well. We're live right now. We're using some high-end technology, cell phones and such. So post your questions on the Facebook feed that you're watching this from. I guess we have the EBCI Higher Ed Facebook page up. We're monitoring that. And you can also call in at 359-6650 live, and we can take your questions here while we're speaking. We're going to be here for the next 20 or so minutes talking about this. So this is for the October 1st deadline is for the spring students who are interested in going to school in the spring.
Yes.
Okay, so can you go into more detail about the documents that are required to meet that October 1st deadline, Sheena?
Yeah. First, we'll need an education application, which they could do online on our website. This will give us all the contact information that we need for the student so we can reach out to the student, mainly by email.
Okay.
So make sure the students use a good email. After that, they'll need proof of enrollment, a driver's license, copy of social security card or any other document that shows that number.
Okay.
The W-9 form. The W-9 form you'll need to use your mailing address on it.
Gotcha.
FAFSA student aid report and proof of 2 scholarships as well as your college acceptance letter.
And we need to speak to people about these email accounts, right? Like really make it simple for us. Let's not have these crazy email accounts that are hard to understand. You mentioned the FAFSA. I'm teasing, by the way. You mentioned the FAFSA. What happens, say, for instance, if I don't have my student aid report back yet by October 1st? What will you do with that? Tiffany, I guess you're answering that.
Yeah, that one's mine. So we do have a 10-day waiver that a student can ask for, and this is used in situations, you know, where there's maybe an emergency, you don't have your student aid report yet,
Gotcha.
or, you know, your computer crashed and you can't access
Right.
other information, maybe your acceptance letter or something like that. So we do have the 10-day waiver, and it's a one-time use waiver, and it gives
Okay.
you 10 days additional to get that information to us.
What's the best thing for students to do as soon as they realize this, that they're going to
To
be
contact
delayed?
us.
Contact us. Let's have communication.
Yes. If you find that you're going to be delayed in any way, shape, or form, please contact us. Give us a call. Send us an email. Just contact us.
Gotcha. Now, Tammy, have you relaxed yet? Are you loose? Are you ready to speak?
Yes.
So I'm currently a student receiving funds from Education and Training. How does the October 1st deadline impact me?
It doesn't impact the current students.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Just for the incoming students that's applying for the spring 21.
And when you say incoming students, we're talking about new students?
New students.
New students to the program.
Mhm.
Very good. Tammy, where can I find all of this information at?
On our website, ebcihighered.com.
Very good. And this is a lot of information, and I know for myself it can be daunting. There's grades and class schedules and all these things we have to get together. What advice can you give to high school seniors, Brittany?
Get started early. You can apply anytime on our website, and that way you're getting paired up with one of the specialists so they can work one-on-one with you. That way, if you have questions, you know who to contact to get that answer. They
Gotcha.
can point you in the right direction if you need help with scholarships. And also, the FAFSA for the upcoming year that you'll need is actually open October 1st. So
Okay.
start your FAFSA early, because that's what takes the longest to get back. So if you start that early, apply with us early, then you should be good to go. Also, we have a Facebook page, so if you follow us on our Facebook page, we'll have any updates and things like that there that you can have.
Good. And again, reiterating, contact us. If you have
Contact
any
us.
questions, doubts,
Yes.
concerns, something happened at school, something happened in my paperwork, I hadn't received this yet, contact you. You guys are pretty lenient. You guys have some
Mhm.
wiggle room in some areas. I mean, we have deadlines and established policies, but you're here to work with students, and having gone through it, there are things that pop up, and there are things that happen, but you guys have been really helpful in helping me organize that, as forgetful as I am, sometimes as slack as I get, or busy as I get. But thank you for being
Yes.
patient with me.
But for everybody, all our students, start early.
Start early, and that way we
Start
don't have to
early.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, good.
Because when it comes down to crunch time, we're busy, you're busy, everybody's busy, so
Yeah.
the sooner you start, the more wiggle room we have.
Good, good. So if there's time, we want to talk about the recurring deadlines. We're going to come back to that because I think a question just came in related to some of this, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
If a student is 17, who fills out the paperwork was the question.
Oh,
The student will still fill out the paperwork regarding, in regards to their application for us, for their FAFSA. The garnishment form that we have on file, they will have to have their parents fill that out
Okay.
because they're not 18. Once they turn 18, a new garnishment form will be filled out in their name.
gotcha.
And that garnishment form, everyone gets kind of freaked out by that because they think we're automatically just going to take their per cap. And
Right.
we're not. We give you plenty of time to contact us if something happens, and that's the option that you're given. But as long as you stay in contact with us, like we've said this whole session, then we're not going to do that. But the student will fill out everything but the garnishment form until they turn 18. Once they turn 18, they'll fill it out.
Good. Okay. Good answer. Now, we say this because how many students are you dealing with, Sheena?
Over 400.
Yeah, we were up north of 400 the last time we'd spoke. How many? You can say it. 400. 460.
460.
460 from off camera. Like I said, we're real rudimentary today. This is a learning experience. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
I
Sheena.
want to add to their comments of getting paperwork early. Those 460 students are on the same schedule, so they're all submitting paperwork at the same
Wow.
time. So that's why it's important to get that paperwork in early.
Exactly. Now, what are some of the benefits? This is something that I still struggle to understand. What are some of the benefits to joining up with higher ed and going to college? Like, there's some really great benefits that you guys support that you guys have for students. Why are people not taking it? What are those benefits? What are some of the things you guys offer?
Well,
Yes.
we We fund anything that we fund everything your financial aid doesn't cover.
Right.
So if your financial aid covers $1,000 and your tuition's $2,000, we're going to cover that extra $1,000 cost. So you're not
Right.
having to take a loan out for it or take it out of your pocket. We also have incentives for getting good grades. You have a graduation bonus once you complete the program. If you go to an MOU school, that's an incentive for yourself because you're not having to worry about messing with any of the tuition. We cover that for you. We just do
Wow.
we do direct billing with the school that if you decide to go to MOU school. But I think the main benefit and perk is you're not having to take out a student loan
Right.
to get an education. We're
Books,
here to help you with
book
that.
reimbursements.
Books. Mhm.
I was trying to think. You paid for my GRE. I think that's the thing that's
Yep,
still.
we do GRE reimbursement.
Yeah.
Test prep if you want to
That's right, test
use that.
prep. Computer.
Computers.
Computer.
Mhm.
$1,500 I think applied toward a computer purchase.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Certificate programs.
Certificate programs.
Mhm.
Excellent. And I say all this because you guys do have 460 students or so, which is a great number. That's increasing during this pandemic. We've seen those numbers actually increasing. And you have your hands full, so that's why it's important we talk about these deadlines and we get people motivated to join up for the program by October 1st for the spring, to turn in your paperwork. How many times have you had to chase me down over grades? None, because I like that grade bonus.
Right?
No, that's very good. So do we have any other questions from outside? While we're checking, let's talk about, there are some other deadlines that are coming up, for current students like myself. What are those deadlines?
The current students, do we have this put up?
We don't. We could try to hold it up, but it's just something we
Hard
may
to
read. Yeah.
Well, the current students will have to meet the June 1st deadline every year.
Okay.
Every student has to turn in a FAFSA by June 1st. Every student has to turn in 2 scholarships by June 1st. The FAFSAs can be done early. You can start those in October.
Okay.
In October.
So you get well ahead of that.
Yeah, and if you turn it in early, it's counted as a scholarship.
Gotcha.
So if you receive it by March 1st, it's counted
Gotcha.
as a scholarship. And then the rest of the usual information, like the bill, the schedule, as soon as you receive it.
As soon as you can get that to you guys, get it in. Now, I may live in the head of some cove that doesn't have good internet. Do you guys have the capacity for me to call in and say, hey, Sheena, can someone meet me in the parking lot? I want to give you some documents, or I want to receive an application, or how can we do that? Do you guys offer that?
Yeah, especially with like the notary paperwork, we have to have originals for those garnishments.
Oh, okay.
So our staff have been taking and signing those outside with students.
At the Ginger
if
Lynn
needed.
Welch area. Very good. I'm hitting you with these hard-hitting questions, Sheena, because you know it all, and I know you do. And people have these questions. People have these concerns and fears out there. I don't know how to do this. I don't know if I can get help. You're here to help them, so it's important. So do we have another question? I'm animated.
There is a YouTube tutorial on our Facebook page on how to fill out the FAFSA. So if you have questions, you can go there. But we also have a representative, Tommy Fouts. He's a FAFSA specialist. So if you need his information, you can contact us and we can give you that. He can meet you here. He's met people in the McDonald's parking lot before and used their Wi-Fi
Oh, wow.
to fill the FAFSA out for the student. So he's a great resource. But there's also a tutorial on our Facebook page.
Very good. So go to your Facebook page, ebcihighered.com has some of these documents, and you can go to McDonald's and have lunch with Mr. Fouts and work on your FAFSA.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Did we have any call-ins coming in? Okay. Well, if that's it, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the public before we get off the air here? Tammy, you've been holding out this whole time.
Oh, our Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook. Share it with your friends. Share it with your peers. High school students, start watching the page. Learn what you need to get into as you get out of high school and graduate and move on. It's a really great program. If you're not signed up to go to school, of course, not everybody has to, but if you don't have anything else better to do, go to school, better yourself. There's some really creative programs out there that the tribe supports. And so I encourage you to get signed up and hang out with these guys and get to know them. Hey,
Hey, I just want to jump in here.
You can.
And say this. I just wanted to remind our students and our families and our communities that in December when we were hit with the cyber attack, we basically were funding from paper files.
Right.
We didn't have computers. Most of our staff didn't have computers until March. And then we turned around and shut down.
Right.
But during the first virus and attack in December, through the second shutdown and the pandemic, until returning now, our students have continued to be funding. And I just wanted to say thank you guys, because they had to come in. They're not essential employees, but they came in and made sure that no student
Got left behind.
Got
on
left
that.
behind.
Right. So much work to do, guys. Good kudos to you and your team and your peers. And again, tribal programs all across the boundary here have been working hard and diligent during the pandemic to keep these pieces moving. You're no different. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Dada daga you.